All right, welcome back. What you are about to see and hear is the single most perfect Amazon product review of all time. I say this without exaggeration, without irony, without subtext of any kind. I'm being absolutely sincere.
I guarantee it. Would I lie?
In my opinion, we can all go home. This product review is a masterpiece. But first, I need to give a few warnings. This review is for an adult product, a Japanese adult product in Japan. There will be some word edits.
Dirty word! He said a dirty word!
For the delicate sensibilities of a vast YouTube audience.
Clutch the pearls, what a sneaky thing.
Viewer discretion is advised. Also, this is a translation from Japanese into English, utilizing my own skills along with some help from native Japanese speakers to help ensure I fully captured the essence of this work of art. As to the content of this review, you might be thinking, what do I mean by perfect? I'm not simply referring to the presence of levity or humor, though it has that. I'm not talking about grammar or structure. I'm not talking about perfection in the sense that it is duly apropos to the product, though it is. I'm saying it has everything. It is funny. It's ironic. It's dramatic. It's poignant. It's tragic. And it's moving. This simple Amazon product review is a journey. The destination points towards an endemic and growing problem within Japanese society and indeed many other cultures around the world. And yet, it contains an infectious glimmer of hope, of respite, of happiness, of fleeting happiness that can only be felt from the bottom of some sort of dark chasm.
How do you feel?
What sort of product could inspire this breadth of prose? Well, it's let me see here. It's a soft, rubbery hole where a man may repeatedly place a certain part of his anatomy in order to attain gratification for various biological urges.
Wonderful what we can do nowadays.
The provenance of this information and as to why I personally came to know about it is irrelevant.
We don't know how we don't want to know.
For those of you who are somewhat unfamiliar with Japanese culture, I recommend you continue watching as I will explain some things that will help make certain aspects of this review a bit easier to understand. If you feel confident in your knowledge of the Nihon, then you can skip to this time, where my good friend Peter will be performing a dramatic reading of the best Amazon product review in modern history, in my opinion. For those still with me, Japan. It's known for some strange things, but those are just the sorts of things that get pushed around by various news outlets and internet memes.
Hey.
Japan is a beautiful culture and has a lot to offer. I've lived here for over a decade, and I've seen a lot. And one thing I've seen in absolute abundance is tatami. Tatami are the traditional floor mats that have been in use in Japanese houses and buildings for over 1,000 years. They are made using a kind of straw or hemp woven together, traditionally with compressed rice straw in the middle, but modern tatami use polystyrene or wood chips.
Polystyrene!
These are made in standardized sizes of roughly 0.9 by 1.8 meters or 3 by 6 feet. There are variances to this, but you don't really need to know that right now. They are arranged in two types of patterns. The auspicious style, as it's called, basically looks like Tetris. The other style just sort of lines them up, which really they don't use that much anymore because of some sort of superstition about bad luck, having something to do with funerals.
Dona eis requiem.
So why am I telling you about floor mats when this is a product review for an adult toy?
I must know.
Well, that's because the size of the reviewer's room comes up quite a lot. In fact, the title of his review is Mythology in a 4.5 tatami mat room. Oh yeah, it goes hard from the first letter. But what on earth does it mean to have a 4.5 tatami mat room?
What?
Remember the layout I told you about? Here's how 4.5 tatami would be laid out. And as a living space, it looks a bit like this. Pretty small, right? This is very typical for a cheap Tokyo apartment bedroom. In fact, some whole apartments are just this room and a bathroom toilet. Tokyo has more than 6,000 people per square kilometer, or 16,000 people per square mile, meaning with every foot, there can be up to 3 people in it, or every meter, there's 6 people standing there. So you can begin to understand just why you might need some tiny spaces to house all these people. You can also get a sense for how living in such a space might feel. A bit cramped.
Everybody move!
Thank you.
One last thing I'll touch on is the male loneliness epidemic. Okay, look, on whatever side of the argument you fall on, there's no doubt guys are having a rough go of it. And this is a big issue in Japan. One of the reasons you keep hearing about Japan's population decline is in part due to the fact that guys and gals just aren't on the same wavelength these days.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
In a 2024 survey, upwards of 70% of 15 to 39-year-olds said they were having difficulty finding a partner. And as many as a third of all of those surveyed said that looking for a partner felt unsavory. There's a lot going on here, including potential issues stemming from COVID, as well as other societal pressures and demands on young people. Here in Japan, it's not just a male loneliness epidemic, but one that impacts all sexes and genders. And now, armed with the knowledge you need, you are ready for a dramatic reading of
Mythology in a 4.5 tatami mat room. A 4.5 tatami mat room is a microcosm of my life. Day after day, I count the number of tatami mats where all my dreams and love are crushed by these 4 walls. And when I open a window, all I can see is the wall of my neighbor's house and my hollow sense of self-worth. This is a black hole in the universe, a prison for the soul of a virgin, and yet, at the same time, a secret base. On one fateful night, this toy descended on my 4.5 tatami mats. Amazon's cardboard box's life's grab bag. When opened, excitement and embarrassment spill out. I am a diehard virgin. I've never been broken-hearted, nor have I ever fallen in love. My romantic history plays out in 3 acts: delusion, self-pleasure, and self-loathing. This toy, a girl I've never met, only seen glimpses through a screen, she is a myth and legend amongst virgins. Her inside is deified somewhere in between urban legends and internet memes. The unboxing ceremony was part comedy and part sacred ritual. It felt less like opening Pandora's box and more like prying open the vault of a virgin's heart. The exterior felt soft, strangely warm, but notedly, the opening was unusually narrow. My 4.5 tatami mat room is small, but the entrance to this toy is even smaller. The door to my room was hard to open, but opening the door to this masturbatorium was even harder. Now, my room, my life, and the insides of this toy are all that exists of my 4.5 tatami mat room. Is that right? Even this ridiculous fantasy is strangely endearing to me now. The entrance to this toy is harder than a virgin's pride. But when I relaxed my grip and gently pushed forward, the world that appeared beyond embraced me with a tenderness beyond my wildest imagination. The inside is cramped, and it is admittedly hard to get into, but the narrowness was strangely comforting. It's like a secret hideaway where no one can disturb you, or like the strange sense of safety from being holed up in a small room. With the lubrication perfectly prepared, the plunge into the uncharted universe was surprisingly smooth. The moment I was fully enveloped in its warmth, a voice from deep inside reflexively murmured, "It feels so good." The narrowness is at times stifling, sometimes inconvenient, but strangely just right for the heart of a virgin staring down the abyss of loneliness. After all was said and done, I gently placed the toy and lube down onto the tatami mat and let my eyes gaze upwards towards the ceiling. These cramped walls, the modest size of the toy, and the confines of my mind, all small, yet this very smallness is where I can feel content. This is not just a self-pleasure device. It is the epitome of unfulfilled love, a mythical remnant, floating in a universe of sullen virgins. Yes, tonight I too am having a mythical experience in my 4.5 tatami mat room. Small spaces can have their own kind of happiness. Inside this 4.5 tatami mat room and inside this toy might just be the most comfortable places in the world for me. 5 stars.
If you wish to savor the emotions this masterpiece has impressed upon you, I completely understand. Stop here. End this now. Take a brief moment to hit the like button and subscribe if you found my particular brand of content interesting. But be warned, the very next revelation may diminish the impact of this extremely well thought out and poetic review. It also might just explain why the review itself, while profound, doesn't really seem glowingly positive toward the product in question, despite the 5 stars. I feel like I have a sense for how the reviewer is existentially, but I can't say I feel overly impressed to purchase this toy. So I leave you. As the final act of this video, and with thanks to Peter as he reads to you the title of the very next review for this product,
this.